I mean, there's only one Jude Law movie I don't like, and it's the one that just came out, that stupid-ass King Arthur movie.
Oh, shit.
It has Charlie Hunnam in it, so it's almost guaranteed to be absolutely awful. Well, it's not even his acting, man. I hate his walk. His walk upsets me. Like, it's so... Just walk, dude. Just walk. Like, literally, just walk from one place to the other. You don't have to bounce, like, or whatever the hell you do. Like,
oh, dude, he's really like, he making you feel things down there. There's tingles. You don't like the tingles he's making you feel.
Oh, shut up, dude.
You're all into the man's walk. I'm just saying, hey, look, hey, it's 2022, dude. No hate.
Yeah, and if that was the case, I'd be fine with it, okay? But it just, I don't know. It's like this weird sort of, like, I don't know, this like bravado, like, but I don't know. It just bothers me a lot.
Wait, this sounds so familiar. I think you bitched about this before.
I probably have. Hey, I bitch about you are the person I bitch to about everything, Troy. So you know
Why do I just suddenly see you? I see you in like a 1940s director's chair in a costume with the puffy pants and the red beret with a bunch of dudes just walking like, yes, no, you, number 16. Out of the line, go away. Don't waste my time. I want the perfect walk.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Okay, cool. Hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back.
Another episode of Bald Guys, Bad Movies.
Yep.
My name is Troy.
I'm Mike, and we're happy to have you guys back. This week, we decided to watch The King's Man, the prequel and third installment of the Kingsman, Her Majesty's Secret Service trilogy.
Since you teed it up, have you watched the first two Kingsmen?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely adored the first one. I thought it was fun and, like, over the top in so, like, a bunch of good ways. Like, I really, really liked the first one. Samuel L. Jackson's lisp was a little too much, you know, but aside from that, like, that was really the only thing that I didn't like about it. That was the first time I ever saw Taron Egerton, and he blew me away with how, like, charming and fun and just kind of a schmuck he was at times. Like, he was awesome, I thought. And
it's like a Cockney street boy.
Yeah, like he was
right?
He was great. He was absolutely great in that movie. And then I was extremely disappointed with the sequel. I thought it was like poorly thought, like I didn't
finish it.
It was so bad.
And
like,
full disclosure, I couldn't finish it.
I finished it.
Rarely do I not finish a movie.
Well, what did you think about the first one?
First one I liked. I didn't love.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Sam Jackson's character was a little. I felt at times I can appreciate the energy the film had. At times, it felt like it was trying too hard to be quirky and, edgy. But I appreciate the effort, right? Like it's trying really hard to entertain you. So, and Taron Egerton, yeah, and he was great as Elton John. Actually, you and I we went to the movies and we saw that together.
Yeah, he's
two
really
bald dudes watching a Elton John biopic. Yes, it happened.
And Dan came with us on that.
Wait, was Dan? Dan was there?
Yeah, man. We did it after we shot that thing at work, and then we all went out to the movies because we were like, let's get the hell out of here and do something.
We got to do that one day because, Mike, you were really into that movie. You were like singing along and shit. I'm like, wow. Mike talks back to the screen just like black folks do.
Oh, dude.
That's my job. What are you doing?
Well, nah, that movie was a whole different thing, though. I mean, it was a musical, and I was on a big Elton John kick at the time too. So it was.
It actually it made me like it even more, seeing it with someone who was you were really into it.
Dude, I was
along,
super into it. It was so good.
Back to the Kingsman. I didn't really like his character. You know what I mean? I didn't like it, but I didn't hate him.
Who, Taron Egerton?
Yeah, but I got it. Like they're trying to do something different. You know, it wasn't Bond. It was the anti-Bond, right?
Yeah.
So I could appreciate that. But the sequel, I don't even remember half of what it was about.
Well, I'll tell you
but-
the thing that bothered me the most about the sequel was right out the gate when you meet like the American agents and they're all named after alcohols. I was like, this is stupid.
Corny?
Like, why? Yeah. Like
corny and stupid.
Like it was kind of like to the point where I was like, I don't want to say like I took offense to it as an American. Like, I get it, we're Americans, we're dumb. Okay, we're dumb, we're alcoholics, we're idiots, right? But at the same time, like, but you know, it's like, why? Like, I thought it was bad writing to like name the fucking like the badass of all badass Secret Service agents after like alcohols. Like, what does it have to do? Why didn't they give them like the founding fathers? Like, you know, one was like Washington, Franklin. You know what I mean? Like that would have played more into the whole idea as opposed to freaking alcohols. It would make no goddamn sense whatsoever.
But see, I think that example trying to be cute and quirky and funny and failing on both levels. Right?
I didn't mind the quirkiness. It was just, I don't know. There were actually a couple ideas that I thought were kind of cool from the second one, but it was encompassed in just this giant bag of dog shit that it ruined any good that could have come out of that movie was completely overshadowed by the garbage.
Giant bag of dog shit is our new sponsor. So stay tuned for that commercial.
Absolutely. I was surprised they made a third one, considering how bad the second one, to tell you the truth.
But it probably, well, I don't know. I guess I should have researched. It probably did a shitload of box office, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah. I don't know. You know, all I remember from the second one was that and I think it was a big deal because somewhere I saw Matthew Vaughn, the director-writer, talk about what it took to get the rights to have the Prince song "Let's Go Crazy." Remember?
Oh yeah,
the
that
car
was
scene?
a freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, over the top, but really cool over the top.
That was what scene was that? I don't even remember that.
Early on in the movie, like before the spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the second one, but I think it was definitely before the Kingsman headquarters blew up, right? Because
I don't even remember that. To tell you the truth. Oh, the "Let's Go Crazy," right? And he's yeah, okay, I know where he's fighting the guy from the first one, right?
Yeah,
he's fighting that guy, right?
Was he I don't know. He was fighting some dude.
Yeah, but speaking of a crazy scene with an awesome song, what about Freebird? Wasn't it Freebird from in the first one when they're having the whole fight?
Oh, the church fight?
The church
the
fight
epic was church fight, yeah.
Fucking amazing. Like, it was so good.
Now Colin Firth, I was way more into Colin Firth.
Well, he's good in everything. That's like, you know, like you I don't think I've ever seen anything where I was like, Colin Firth, he was pretty bad in that movie. You know what I mean? He never has that ever happened, in my opinion.
And one more thing about Sam Jackson, that movie. I think probably fucking all the time these days, Sam Jackson just plays Sam Jackson.
That's what he does.
Right?
Yeah.
And it feels like a waste of a villain when you know what you're gonna get. I almost feel like the lisp was added just because, what can we do different with Sam Jackson? Hey, a lisp. Done. So the prequel,
yeah, I want you to take it away. I actually want to know your opinion on this. I'm actually really interested to hear what you thought about it.
It's a very interesting movie because, well, first let me start by saying Ralph Fiennes.
Voldemort.
I've always loved. Like
he's great.
I think you remember the movie Strange Days? I don't know if you
saw it. Love Strange Days.
I fucking love that movie.
It's a great movie.
That I don't know if that was my
Super
first
underrated.
movie,
Super underrated.
but it was definitely the first movie he was a headliner in. So I do remember that, and I remember the campaign. It was some, back when you could. I don't know if the internet was around back then. Fuck, but I just remember the trailer.
I don't. I mean, if it was,
it was a commercial with starring him for that little head thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, and it was just like a white background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
So anyway, yeah. So right off the bat, I was intrigued because I like him, right? And him driving the movie, I think, was a big plus. I really like him as an actor. I liked it better than the first two Kingsmen.
Oh.
But it was a movie that was struggling to figure out what it wanted to be. And this takes place, this is World War I, yes.
Yeah.
Basically, Ralph Fiennes' character, this is before the organization has started, and he has a son. His wife gets shot.
Yeah, so the mom gets killed like 1902.
And, from that point on, he wants to protect his son and doesn't want him to like enlist in the army. And he's very much anti-war,
He's a pacifist. He calls himself a pacifist multiple times throughout the movie.
He's a pacifist because he fucking killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a previous war, Mike? I guess, right?
Well, during towards the end of England's like empirical expansion era, I guess. When they were invading India and in the Middle East and stuff like that. It was, I think, I don't know that much history about the British Empire, but yeah, definitely it was. I don't know if it was Middle Easterners or Indians.
Yeah, it was definitely It was India because he killed Gandhi in one scene. That was pretty shocking. What did you think about that scene?
He killed Gandhi? He didn't kill Gandhi.
I'm joking. Please.
I was like, I think I was kind of tired when I saw the movie, but you had me for a second. Yeah.
I'm just making sure you watched the movie.
Hey, I might have nodded off during that moment. Stranger things have happened.
So it takes his time setting up, right? Which in hindsight, I'm glad it did because it made me actually care about the characters. That's something I didn't care about anyone in the first two Kingsmen. I just didn't. Eggsy, I didn't really like. Colin Firth, he was already fully formed. Right. He was just a badass. But it was surprisingly filled with more emotion. So basically, the son wants to join the war. The father doesn't want him to join. He reveals to the son that actually, I haven't exactly been a pacifist. I've been running an underground spy ring. With
all the domestics.
With the domestics,
which I thought was really cool because...
Yeah, I thought that was... I mean, that's how it would happen, right? They have a network of maids and butlers and domestics. So I think there's a line... where others
while others are listening at keyholes, our people are actually in the room. And I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
That's a good sign. Like there's lines from the movie that I actually remember.
There's some smart stuff. Yeah, there's some smart stuff in that movie.
The movie switches gears, and he reveals to the kid that, okay, you can actually help me take out Rasputin.
Right.
He's trying to take out key individuals to turn the tide of war to Britain's benefit and the world's benefit. So this is when the movie becomes classic Kingsman to me, right? It's like
over the top fights, like crazy shit happening and stuff like that. Like,
I don't know about you, but I fucking love Rasputin, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
he's this horny, disgusting, cake munching
dude. What about the scene in but what about the Rasputin scene when he's like licking the leg?
Fight?
No, the dance fight, he's licking the leg and stuff. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, so Ray Fiennes' character has an injured leg, and Rasputin basically he heals it by rubbing it and licking it. Ray Fiennes take his pants off.
Yeah,
let me lick that wound and you'll be healed.
It was really weird, but and Ralph Fiennes is like moaning all weird.
Yeah, it got very very erotic.
So, it's taking a left turn here. But you know what I thought was crazy? How while he did heal his leg, he was also like getting him to
Reveal
information, and so it was actually a really interesting little scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of, I felt like it was a little overshadowed by the weird sort of homoerotic stuff going on in it, but at the same time, I was like definitely like, what the hell is going on? I was very
movie. Where are we going, movie?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
It leads to I love this fight. Rasputin, and it was a Russian ballet song that started playing, right? I forget, it's one of the classics. I can't remember the name of it, but he's doing Russian dancing while basically he tries to kill Ray Fiennes, and then Djimon Hounsou and the son rushes in, and a fight ensues.
Yeah. When he finally enlists, though, I'm just like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, I don't know. I was it's like the Patriot.
At that point, this is where the movie really shocked and surprised me.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah.
Because I thought I knew where the movie was going to go at this point. Like, he's like, thank you, the son. And I thought for sure, and this is how you can help the world. Like, you can save millions. You don't have to go on a battlefield. You can do these missions with me.
Yeah. I thought that was going to happen too.
But no, instead, the son demands to go to, like, he basically said, hey, I'm of age anyway. I'm going to war, right? Because he doesn't want to be seen as a coward. He doesn't want his privilege to get in the way of him dying for his country, or fighting for his country, I should say. Ray Fiennes meets with the king of England. And the king's like, you've done a great service and whatever. And your son, he will never see the front. And then when the son finds out, he basically swaps identities with this, was a Scottish soldiering unit, because they were wearing kilts.
Yeah, they were wearing kilts.
And this is where the movie becomes a brutal war movie.
Yeah, like super brutal. Just
like tone switches. And I that section I really appreciated.
Yeah.
But it was a hard
left turn.
Yeah, if this is a car, we just, skunk. Wheel, you're spinning, and you're going the, planes, trains, automobiles, right? You're actually going the other way on the freeway. You don't realize it yet.
Yep.
So it becomes a brutal war movie. And then there's this fantastic fight.
Oh, yeah.
There's a British spy who was running across the battlefield between two trenches. Yeah, Germans on one side, the Scottish soldiers on the other. The spy gets blown up, but they need his intel, so they wait till night. The Scottish people creep out. The Germans creep out. The Germans are like, shh.
Yeah, because they don't say anything, because they're going to start shelling and we're all going to fucking die. Right,
because the panic rats on each side are just going to start blasting. So they have this quiet, brutal knife axe, this bladed fight. The son barely gets through it. He does. Finds the spy, and there's a whole moment of where he's like, my dad was right. And we're like, as the audience, yeah, he was fucking right.
Yeah, dude. No shit.
Could have been a cool fucking secret agent with a goddamn knife in your shoe.
Yeah, right.
Instead of, a rat gnawing on your knob. So I feel like I'm doing that thing I hate. I'm just describing the movie, but it sets up this one point out of left field.
No, wait. So he finally, but let's tee it up the right way. So he gets through the knife fight. I think it's like right towards the end of the knife fight, like the sun comes up and they see them and it's only him left and they all start shooting. And so he has to like run and he makes it into this bunker. And who's in this bunker? The spy that they thought had just been blown up that they were going to get the intel for. Right? And so they wait a little while and he ends up picking up the spy like you talked about when he was crying in his shoulder and stuff. And he's running through and bombs are dropping. And then like finally one last bomb drops right next to him. Boom! He get blown into the trench on his side, on the English side. With the Scottish guys.
Yeah.
And they got the intel, right? And everyone's like, and someone comes up to him and he's like, oh, you're going to get this certain medal, for you're a hero and stuff. And they're like, what's your name? And he tells them his name, but he doesn't, but he's enlisted under this other guy, and he tells him the fake name. And so this other Scottish soldier is like, wait, what did you say your name was? And he tells him, he's like, from so-and-so? He's like, yeah. He was like, and then he's like, fucking German spy, boom! Blows his fucking head off. I was like, oh shit.
And I was like, movie.
Yeah,
Movie, make up your mind, movie.
dude.
Like, what the?
It was very kind of all over the place, but it was kind of all over the place in a cool way. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and that's
I
and-
like that it kept me
right.
guessing, and I didn't know what was gonna happen next. You know what I mean?
And I felt that kill, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I realized the brilliance of what they were teeing up, because you just went on this campy, not campy, but it was kind of a silly, goofy,
Over
fun,
the top, like
over the top Rasputin takedown
that, yeah.
thing, and then juxtapose that to the warfront scene,
Oof.
and with that ending,
To the
like,
warfront scene, it's
yeah, and then this kid, the movie did a good job endearing you to the kid, even though you're like, stupid fucking kid.
Well, I mean,
Listen
you
to your
meet-
dad.
Well, you
but
meet the kid when he's like what, 4 or something.
yeah, you meet him as a little boy.
And
You
so
see
like
his mom.
you see
killed.
him, yeah, and then he sees his mom killed right in front of him. Like, how do you not like feel for this child? You know what I mean? It's
And then that's a crushing blow for Ray Fiennes' character.
right.
I mean, there's a period in the movie where he's like, he's a drunk. He's basically given up on life. He's bitter. He gets get back in the saddle speech from the maid / number one,
Yeah,
who
right.
they obviously they probably love each other. She gives him a big old kiss,
Yeah.
and that wakes up Sleeping Beauty or Sleeping British Man.
Mhm.
And then it becomes a Kingsman movie again, because you go from that to a rousing adventure, jumping from a plane, hanging from a cliff. Didn't he jump on the backs of goats to climb up the cliff? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, he like literally jumps on a goat. Like,
Right.
like springboards off the back of a goat like he's Mario or something.
Rasputin, he's part of this.
International cabal, yeah.
It's the League of Doom, right? Like,
yeah.
and representing different parts of the world who have nefarious plans. And the head guy is always in shadow.
And they're the
And
one
I
who's-
knew who
yeah.
this fucking guy
Yeah, me
was
too.
from the moment they did that thing that movies always will do. They cast an actor. He always plays a fucking douchebag, right? For the most part. This is the guy, Ozymandias from
That was
Watchmen.
Ozymandias?
Yes, that was him. And he's been in
Oh,
some other
shit.
things too.
Oh, totally.
But he almost always plays a douchebag, like an
Yeah.
arrogant prick. The guy who's organizing this whole thing to put the world in chaos was posing as a British sergeant or general, whatever the
Yeah.
rank is. And I knew right away
Yeah,
because
me too.
they put him in shadow, but even in shadow, I'm like, wait, that's that guy. Because he wore a fake wig and
Right.
whatever, but it didn't work. Like, I could totally tell it's that guy.
Yeah.
And it was a weak villain, dude.
and
Like,
also
Rasputin.
the way they would when they would talk, like when they would talk, like when I remember I first figured it out when like they first go to the Kingsman's tailor shop. Like that's where it was, because they had just done the scene with the shepherd. The shepherd's the name of the bad guy, the main bad guy. And so he wasn't just like a general or like a a major in the army. He was the main like assistant or servant to the main general in
he
the
was like
army.
the number one or second.
So it's like it's perfectly placed to be like, this guy's the bad guy. Of course he is, right? It's always the main general's like assistant who's screwing everyone over for.
And then there's that
whatever reason.
I don't know if red herring is the correct way to describe it, but when they're on the battleship, the general's on the battleship. He's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well." He goes out and make a whole to do about him going out on deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, obviously, and they do a quick cut, so it makes you like question if you were doubting it, like because they cut almost immediately
to
the submarine, and
yeah.
the main bad guy's in there, but you see later he actually jumped on a fucking boat and rowed over to the. The point is, Rasputin was wasted.
Yeah,
I feel like the Rasputin confrontation
totally
should have been at the end of the movie. He should have been the main nemesis with a bunch of minions being thrown at them. Like, I didn't give a shit about this mysterious guy. His reveal was, I saw it coming from a mile away.
Totally.
So basically the movie peaked in terms of taking down the enemy for me with Rasputin battle.
Yeah.
But so this is why it's such a weird movie. But I cared because of the son-father story.
Yeah.
Right. And I cared about the father. And it also gave a great setup to why the Kingsman was established, right? Because this man had lost so much, lost his wife, he tried his damnedest, still lost his kid, and all due to the machinations of man and war.
Yep.
And he wants to do things that the government can't or won't, to like take the right pieces off the chessboard, and you could prevent the game from even happening. Right?
Absolutely. And that was, and it was funny because that's exactly what the shepherd was doing. He was orchestrating the entire thing himself, like, you know, killing the was the chancellor of Germany. I don't know, whoever the hell the head guy in Germany was. The guy who died.
Right. The guy in the car.
The guy in the car. I feel like such a schmuck. Like you know, it's like that guy's death caused like the you know, one of the biggest wars in world history, and I don't know his name. I feel like such a schmuck.
But you know why? All that happened before.
I'll tell you why I don't know it. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The American public education system is why I don't know that.
Well, okay. That may be true as well. Two things can be true at the same time. I was going to say, because at that point, the movie didn't have its hooks in me yet, right?
Yeah.
Like the first 30 minutes, it's a lot of setup. I don't need action thrown in my face every 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
But I was wondering, where is this going? And then it was around that death that things started to like pick up.
Sure.
And the real plot started to reveal itself.
Because that's when the war started to happen.
Yeah. And that's what really was that guy died, but it was really because his death, the war started. And, you know, that was the real crucial piece of the puzzle. And did you see the stinger, the little Easter egg? Did you stay for speed through the credits a little bit?
Yeah. I actually don't remember it, though. I know I watched. Oh, Hitler. Right.
They set up Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Yeah. Yes. I remember that.
It's always funny when they cast Hitler, and we know what Hitler looks like so well. That guy did not look like Hitler. I'm like, that's not a good Hitler. There are better Hitlers out there.
I never saw it, but Ramsay Bolton, the guy who played Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones, he played Hitler as like a young Hitler. And like
Hitler in Love.
Yeah, something like, basically. And I heard he was really good. Like, he looked really good as Hitler. But
Mine Love. So, yeah, it was my favorite Kingsman movie because I didn't feel shit for the characters in the other two. Right. This one, I feel like this one did a really good job telling an emotional story. It took me by surprise. And I thought the action was really well done, too. Also, I'm a sucker for that period. It had, at times, especially the end finale, had a very Indiana Jones serialized feel to it, like a run and gun, one of those adventures.
Totally.
Fight Germans, climb mountains, punch angry goats. Right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. I can't say I enjoyed it as much as the first one because, like I said, I really liked the first one.
Right.
And I did kind of feel for Eggsy in the first one, mainly because of the way they set it up, in my opinion. Like, this kid, his dad died when he was really young, and his mom married some schmuck, and
I remember almost zero.
Well, yeah.
I wonder if I rewatched it, if I would have a different reaction.
You should watch it again. I really like it, man. Like I like it a lot. I think if you rewatched it, you might dig it a little bit more than you did at the time.
Again, I didn't hate it, but it was definitely disposable entertainment.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
I remember parts and pieces. Didn't he get some butt play from Hootie? I remember seeing that in the theater.
Was
the whole
princess,
theater erupted.
That was like the Princess of Sweden or something. Yeah. Oh my God, that line is so good. She's like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "Are you gonna save me?" He's like, "I gotta go save the world." She's like, "Oh, the whole world?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, if you're successful, I'll let you stick it in my butt." And he's like, "I will be right back." Or something like that. Yeah. It was pretty funny. While the first one was goofy and over the top at times, I felt like it knew where it was going. I felt like that movie knew where it was going and did a good job getting there.
Structurally and keeping the tone consistent.
Yeah.
It definitely did a better job at that.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. And what's your review? What is it out of 10? Or out of 5? Out of 5 stars, what do you give it?
I give it 4 thigh licks from Rasputin.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Every goddamn episode's going to be
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 Rasputin
Yeah.
thigh licks. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do stars. And I'm going to say 3 stars out of 5.
Okay, so 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd say 3 out of 5.
Wait, so we get a gauge of... So would Kingsman 1 be 4 stars?
Yeah, definitely 4 star. Easy 4 stars. I was surprised that Kingsman got another sequel after number 2. You know, it was with number 2 being as bad as it was.
We didn't like it, but it probably did a lot of money on the goodwill of 1.
Well, that's the whole thing. You know, a lot of times they determine a sequel off of the opening weekend box office, and by that point, it's all just advertising. You know, word of mouth hasn't gotten out there that it's a steaming pile of dog shit yet.
And here's the other thing about this prequel: it's a miracle. Like, I don't know how it got greenlit with Ralph Fiennes as pretty much the lead, because he's never been a bankable leading. You know, he's always been like in a supporting role or a character actor, but to have him be front and center pretty much and an action hero, and he's not like, I'm not saying he's fat in this movie, but you know, he's not like Taylor Egerton or whatever, right? Like, or he's not all fit and young and buff. So like you, I'm surprised this movie exists and existing in the state that it exists in, like the way it went. I'm going to change my score. I'm going to say 3 Rasputin licks and a half a ball tickle.
Oh my God.
While he licks. Because I don't want the rating. Because this is the 4 stars. That's almost 5.
Yeah.
And then like 5 is perfect, right? So
no, it's definitely not.
I'll give it a 3.5. 3.5. Do we need a wrap up? I think
we did our
reviews.
We could do a quick, like, you know, just saying, you know, I don't know. See you next time. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat channel, or whatever.
Or maybe we just use this. 2 dumbasses trying to figure out how to end the podcast. Cut.
That's it. That's the cut. You said it. We'll do a clap so they can hear a nice loud ending. Hey, if anybody actually watches this, like, you guys should let us know movies you'd like us to talk about. Like,
well, first of all, they're fucking lunatics because we're
exactly.
If they're watching,
turn
up the volume, friend. This fucking podcast is broken. I'm watching it and there's nothing. This is fucking dumb fucking logo.